Padres fans, we're here to give you a 360 view and an all-access pass to your San Diego Padres. Here's what we have on deck for today's show. We kick it off with everyone's favorite segment, Between Two Bases with Ryan Buchter, this time with fellow reliever Brad Hand. Plus, the third annual Ale Smith Tony Gwynn 5.5K was in full effect. And Padres outfielder Matt Caesar shows us one of his favorite hobbies off the diamond. All that and more now on this brand new episode of Padres POV presented by Nissan. Everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Padres POV. I'm your host, Michelle Margot, and since it's officially summer, we decided to take you to one of our favorite summer staples, the San Diego County Fair. As you can see, it is a picturesque landscape here, just like the work of art we make with Matt Caesar, which you'll see later in the show. Speaking of a favorite summer staple, Ryan Buchter is back at it again with Between Two Bases, this time with Brad Hand.
Welcome. Between Two Bases. Ryan Buchter with Brad Hand. ¿Cómo estás? Brad, you're from Chaska, Minnesota.
That's correct.
You're not the most famous person from Chaska.
No.
Who is?
Chris Humphreys, maybe?
Chris Humphreys.
Yeah.
The guy who married the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Oh my. I mean, the people at home, they want to get to know you.
All right.
Pop the shades off. Let them see into your beautiful eyes you got going on there. So doing my research last night, I typed in Brad Hand. There's a video that popped up. Brad Hand's very wild pitch.
Whoa! Yep.
Runner on first base. You're in
Yeah.
Atlanta. You're trying to get a major league quality hitter out. What happened? What went through your mind?
Yeah, there's a runner on first base.
Is that
Major league hitter at the plate.
quality?
Yeah. The guy on first stole.
Took off.
Took off. Didn't see that coming, you know?
Who was the guy first?
Michael Bourne.
You didn't see that coming?
No, I didn't see it coming. Caught me off guard. But my body was already going towards home plate. But I saw him going, so I wanted to throw it to first.
Where did you throw it?
I threw it to the on-deck hitter.
Which is Dan Ugla.
Dan Ugla, yeah. I scared him.
I'm going to give you some trivia. However,
This isn't going to go well.
it's going to be Minnesota trivia.
All right.
A little different than the usual
Yeah.
on my show. What city is the Mall of America located in?
Bloomington.
1 for 1. How many U.S. states have land borders with Minnesota? And which ones?
North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa.
Dakota. There it is. It came out.
North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Wisconsin. And that's it.
It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Who is the best DJ on your team?
Chase Darno. Brings a little bit of his own flavor in there, you know?
Oh, sorry. I just felt like I got slapped in the face. I try hard. Try real hard. You know, on the big screen here at home, you mentioned that me, Ryan, best barista you've ever had.
Ever.
That's quoted.
Ever.
Direct quote. 1 to 11. Give me a rating.
Give it a 9.5.
9.5.
Yeah.
What could be better?
More.
More of
I
it?
mean, it's not a big enough cup. You give me like a little
Serving size?
Yeah. Could use like a venti, and you give me a tall. You know?
Do I charge you?
No.
Is it waiting in your locker when you got out of the shower?
Yeah, but I mean,
Wow.
just a little more, a little bigger would be nice. It's down in like one sip, then it's over with.
Whoa.
We gonna be all right here?
You end it on that. I mean, you don't say anything about my coffee. That's it. This is over. It's done.
Thanks, Ryan. Coming up, Padres outfielder Matt Caesar busts out the spray paint for a little art sesh. Plus, Tony Gwynn was known for hitting in that 5.5 hole, while AleSmith hit it big themselves with their third annual 5.5K run. We'll show you. Stay tuned.
It's a sentimental day, and it's just wonderful to see people believing in Tony and his values and helping a cause that he believed in.
But first, let's take a look at our Friar Fun Fact. This week in Padres history, on June 23, 2000, former second baseman Brett Boone drove in 6 runs and went deep 3 times in just one game during the Padres' 10-7 victory over the Cincinnati Reds. Boone became just the 5th player in Padres history to reach this landmark. Back here on Padres POV, presented by Nissan, here at the San Diego County Fair in Del Mar, which runs through July 4th. Padres legend Tony Gwynn was known for hitting in the 5.5 hole, which is where 5.5K's name came from. Here's a look back at the run hosted by AleSmith.
Today is the 3rd annual Tony Gwynn 5.5K walk and run here at AleSmith Court at AleSmith Brewing Company. It's bigger and better than ever. We got twice the number of runners this year. We're close to 1,000. It's just so much energy, and absolutely overwhelmed by the love people have for Tony.
Of course, we know yesterday was 3 years to yesterday that Tony's passing, and you know what? This is one of the first things that we kicked off to keep his legacy going, and you know, so this is very significant. It's our first event that we had after he passed. Well, of course, you know, AleSmith is like family to us. Of course, Tony and Peter got together and they created the 394. You know, that the fact that Tony was so involved in this beer makes it even great. And so now they've become family to us. So it's like the AleSmith Gwynn family.
It's a sentimental day, and it's just wonderful to see people believing in Tony and his values and helping a cause that he believed in. You know, 2014 was a rough year. It was a year that just brought us together, but we were able to do so much good, and Tony got to see his beer premiered, and one of the last things Tony said is like, Alicia, you got to keep going with AleSmith. They're good people, and that's got to be the highest honor of my life, to have Tony Gwynn call me a good person.
My father and San Diego are like hand in hand. My dad loved this city, never wanted to go anywhere. Everything that he did was, you know, revolved around being in San Diego, so it was a huge part of his life. Because my dad was all about family, so to have family a part of this event is extraordinary.
Tony Gwynn, he's a true San Diegan, and we miss him, but it's just for a really good cause, and always great to get up early in the morning and get out and get some exercise. He was a great dad, and having his son still do the broadcast, he sounds just like him, and I think he just represents a lot of good things about San Diego, and it's just a shame he's not here, just kind of like Junior, just guys who truly represented the city. All 4 of us ran it, all separately, but we ran it, yeah.
I'm not a runner, and I ran the whole thing.
So when I first heard of the event 3 years ago, it was Tony Gwynn, my favorite baseball player. It was always exciting to see him get up to bat. So as soon as he passed away and AleSmith started putting the 5.5K on, I thought, what better way? I run a lot, can go run and drink some beers after. I was kind of blown away too by the support they got. Last year it a decent amount of support, but now we got food trucks, all sorts of like shaved ice, beers, bananas, smoothies. So I think they really stepped it up, and I'm glad that they're gaining more support and more momentum.
I'm a huge Padres fan. I love the Padres, the Tony Gwynn Foundation, everything about it. I love San Diego. It's great. It's just a city coming together for an awesome guy.
He meant everything to San Diego. He was a person that was totally devoted to San Diego. He loved this city and the people. That's what Tony was all about, family, and it's really great. We love you, Tony, and we miss you.
Time now to look back at the best of the best from this past week in Padres baseball.
Perella drives one out towards center field. This will send Almora Jr. back to the wall, and it is gone. A home run. What a way to start the game for the Padres. Jose Perella with a home run to center field off John Lester, and it's 1-0 San Diego. Wide to center field, coming in is Caesar to make the catch. Tagging is Rizzo. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close, and he will be out after Hedges holds on to the baseball. Center field. Back goes Cordero, and he will make the catch in front of the ivy. That's the ball game. Padres win.
Still to come, find out the impressive story behind Matt Caesar's college days. Plus, we speak with San Diego celebrities at the Celebrity Waiter Star Pal Luncheon. Don't go away.
I think Star Pal is a great way to start with kids at a young age and get them focused on what needs to be done to be successful in life.
But first, let's test your knowledge with some Padres POV trivia. It's no secret that Padres outfielder Matt Caesar has an impact on the baseball field, but what other sport did he excel in? Is it A, basketball, B, hockey, or C, football? We'll tell you right after this. Welcome back to Padres POV, presented by Nissan. Before the break, we asked you what other sport Matt Caesar has excelled in besides baseball. If you answered C, football, you're correct. Matt Caesar also played college football at Villanova University and helped lead the Wildcats to win the 2009 NCAA Football Subdivision National Championship after recording 270 all-purpose yards and scoring 2 touchdowns. Not bad, Matt. San Diego sports fans, be sure to check out Fox Sports San Diego's newest show, Inside San Diego Sports, airing every Tuesday night after Padres Live, the postgame show. Coming up this week on Inside San Diego Sports, they take an in-depth look at the life of marathon runner extraordinaire Meb Keflezighi. You won't want to miss it.
To see, every time you walk through the San Diego High and you see the trophies and the plaques, and when we say, hey, we want to win league, or we want to win CIF, or we want to win state. So all the goals were set here.
In case you missed it, you can always visit foxsportssandiego.com for all the latest videos and articles. Every year, Star Pal puts on a Celebrity Waiter Luncheon as a fundraiser for the youth in our community. We caught up with a few of your Friars during the event. Take a look.
We are at the 17th annual Star Pal Celebrity Waiter Luncheon, and it's a fundraiser for our youth programs where a ton of local celebrities get together for the community, for the kids, and try to raise some tips to support our programs.
Could I interest anybody in some Fox Sports San Diego or Padres gear?
I'll take the coffee mug, I need more money.
Star Pal is the Police Athletic League in San Diego, and we run programs that all benefit youth in the community by engaging them with law enforcement. So we're really encouraging them to make positive life choices, give back to their community, and feel empowered and make San Diego a better place.
Hey guys, how are you? I'm Greg Stammen. Paid $100 for this. Anytime you can help out the younger generation and try to give them the best boost they can to have a successful life, that's what it's all about. We've all been given a lot. It's time for us to give back a little bit.
What's the strategy in order to sell and raise money for you?
The strategy is to have as much stuff inside my apron that I can give away to raise money.
And what happens if people try to negotiate? You gonna play hardball?
Yeah, it's like the United States. We don't negotiate with terrorists, so they're gonna have to pay whatever I tell them to pay.
Well, I love coming here every year because it's a great way to suck up to all the law enforcement people.
We bring law enforcement, youth, their families, all different public safety agencies together, all with the same mission of making San Diego better. And we start with the kids. So by providing that empowerment and community relations in a positive way, we're going to make a better San Diego.
You find something that interests you, and I think Star Pal is a great way to start with kids at a young age and get them focused on what needs to be done to be successful in life. So it's a great event.
Looking for $2,200 on the Escape, $2,100. Sold right out here at table number 8. Very nicely done.
We're doing great. It's for the kids. Star Pal, San Diego Fire. Peace.
For more information, you can visit starpal.org. After the break, Padres outfielder Matt Caesar spray paints a portrait of a Padres legend. Stay with us.
The main reasons why I wanted to paint him is because you think of San Diego Padres, and how can you not think of Tony Gwynn?
Thank you. Welcome back to Padres POV, presented by Nissan. Here at the San Diego County Fair at the Del Mar Fairgrounds, there are tons of family fun activities like carnival rides, live concerts, amazing food, and even artwork, which may not be a bad idea for Matt Caesar. He has some serious artistic talent. We spent some time in the Padres bullpen at Petco Park spray painting a picture of Padres legend Tony Gwynn. Check it out. What are we painting today?
Today we are painting Padres icon Tony Gwynn.
This is a hobby away from baseball that you do how often?
So I've always painted. I've painted my whole life. My dad was a big inspiration to me. He would sit and paint and draw, as I was young, and I would sit right next to his recliner. But as I went through classes and, throughout grade school and high school and college, I realized everybody is kind of like painting the same thing, and I really found a way to make it myself and make it kind of unique by doing this stencil spray.
So I guess let's get started. I'm going to take off my shoes so we can get down dirty and do this. What do you do with these?
We ran a foundation, a Seize a Day foundation in our local area. I painted a couple portraits of me playing baseball and me playing football. I did it in this technique, and it raised a lot of money, and it drew a lot of interest. So the Cubs had reached out to me, my previous team, and they wanted me to paint something that kind of resembled the World Series. So for me, when I think of the World Series, I think of my two best friends on the team, which was Rizzo and KB, Chris Bryant. So I painted a picture of them of like the last out and then jumping up and down. We went to the charity and it ended up raising $35,000. After that and seeing, all the interest from that, I knew I could kind of continue to do this and continue to help and raise money throughout,
awesome.
Charities and foundations.
All right, well, let's get started.
All right, so first we're gonna shake it up. Start spraying. So you don't want to hold it on one spot because it'll start to drip, so that's why I go back and forth.
Why doesn't it work as well when I do it? I need validation.
No, it's good.
Artwork here.
So we're gonna let it dry for now.
So we were talking about charities. I read that you did something pretty charitable. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Freshman year in college, I went to Villanova to play football and baseball. We do something called the bone marrow drive. And as freshmen, we were the ones that go out and get as many people as possible to test to be a possible bone marrow match. So after we went around and got as many people as possible on campus to test, we tested ourselves. My junior year, I was called upon to donate. And so there was like 5 or 6 people that were possible matches. After I did the blood tests, about a week later, I was called and they said, hey, you're a perfect match for this little girl. She's 18 months old. Would you be willing to give up your bone marrow for her? I donated, and a year later I found out she was a little girl from Ukraine, and she was alive and healthy. I keep contact with her. I lost contact for 4 years. In the Ukraine, they were going through a war, and where the war was where their house was. Because of that, I guess they lost like internet connection, or they were kind of moving from place to place. I wasn't able to get in contact with them, and then last year, ESPN got in contact with me again and said, hey, we found a little girl. Would you be willing to see her? And I said, wow, that'd be great, because I've been trying to contact them for the last 4 years. And
So 4 years went by and you just thought you'd never,
I knew.
You didn't know if she was okay?
Yeah, so after a year later, I found out she was healthy. We had a kind of a Skype interview with her. So last year was the first time I saw her in 4 years, and it was like the best feeling ever. You know, just seeing her and knowing that she was alive and healthy. And I've kept in contact with them since. They have another baby on the way, so it's pretty cool.
That's incredible. It really is. It's a one-of-a-kind story.
Yeah, thank
for sure.
you. All right, you ready to get on this
yes,
now?
Let's
All right,
do
we're
it.
gonna do the black first.
Wow. When you watched Tony Gwynn, did you ever think that you'd be in the Petco Park bullpen painting his face while you were a Padre?
I didn't think I'd be doing that. I just watched some, just a lot hitting-wise, and that was like for me to understand hitting. So when I was a kid, I didn't watch him too much, but you know, going up through the systems and watching him hit the Tony Gwynn hole, it's amazing. I mean, this guy's awesome. You know, it's cool walking in the hallway and you see his name all over the place. You see all the lineups, and for years and years and years, his name is on the lineup. It's like Tony Gwynn 1, Tony Gwynn 2. It's pretty cool to be a part of. That's, like I said, one of the main reasons why I wanted to paint him is because, you know, you think of San Diego Padres, and how can you not think of Tony Gwynn?
Well, Matt, I would shake your hand and tell you thank you, but I'm just going to tell you thank you because I don't want to get spray paint everywhere.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
But seriously, we appreciate it, and I know everyone's really excited to have you on the team.
Thank you.
Well, that'll do it for this week's episode of Padres POV. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you next week when we provide a 4th of July special dedicated to our military. From the beautiful Del Mar Fairgrounds, I'm Michelle Margot. Cue the rollout.
Now we're locked in.
She's been spraying my hand the whole time.
I'm a winner.